This is your morning Buzzcast for Thursday, February 20th. Good morning. I'm Abe Madcourt. Thanks for listening to the Buzzcast. You know, while NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is dealing with the fallout from an All-Star weekend that had players and media criticizing the concept and the format, you have to give NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman and NHLPA Executive Director Marty Walsh big credit, because they are basking in the glow of a very successful Four Nations face-off. And it is a hot ticket Thursday in Boston for the U.S.-Canada final, a rematch from last Saturday. Here's the scene. The cheapest pair of tickets available for the Four Nations face-off on the resale market as of yesterday, Wednesday, was more than $1,000 for TD Garden in Boston. The game is actually ranking as one of the most expensive NHL games on record based on average purchase price. StubHub said that ticket buyers for the event are coming from 28 countries, with the majority, of course, from the U.S. and about 30% coming from Canada. It should be a great must-watch game tonight. This has been a very positive mid-season, unexpected boost for the NHL and the game of hockey. And if you're an NHL team owner and you have a player playing tonight, all you're hoping for, you're just hoping that none of the players get hurt in the intensity of tonight's final game of the Four Nations face-off. Let's move on. The run in Cleveland around basketball has been impressive. We've reported that the city is likely to land a WNBA expansion team under Dan Gilbert's ownership. And do not sleep on the Cavs. The Cavaliers are on pace to have one of their highest revenue-generating ticket sales ever. They had their franchise best start. They were 44-10 at one time, and the team has had strong local television ratings. They have sold out nearly 130 straight games at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. That's impressive. Revenue-wise, single-game ticket sales are up nearly 60% for the Cavs. They're on pace for their best year in ticket and suite sales. Retail sales also setting records. So it's one thing to have stronger business metrics when you're winning, like the Cavaliers are, but you have to be prepared as an organization and as a franchise to handle the increase in demand and the increase in engagement and attention. And the Cavs, under President and CEO Nick Barlage, clearly have the foundation established across the business to handle all this new demand, and that is very impressive. But a very strong year in Cleveland for the Cavaliers. Staying with basketball, add another city interested in landing a WNBA team. Yes, Boston. It looks like they are prepared to offer a bid for a W expansion team. It would be led by an ownership group of Donnie Wahlberg and former NBA player Michael Carter-Williams. I'll be in Boston starting this weekend for a few days, and I'm sure this will be a topic of conversation because we know all the other markets that are interested. We previously mentioned Cleveland, likely to be the WNBA's 16th team starting in 2028, and it's not out of the realm of possibility that the W could quickly expand beyond 16 and have teams start in 29 or 30, but make the decisions pretty soon because we know Detroit, Philadelphia, Nashville, Charlotte, so many others, and now Boston are interested in landing a WNBA expansion team. Here is the wrap-up from the weekend viewership numbers as my colleague Austin Karp dug into the details and came up with this. The Daytona 500 was the highest rated sports event of the President's Day weekend, as the rain-impacted 500 still drew 6.8 million viewers on Sunday on Fox. That was up 13% from last year. Remember, last year, rain forced the race to Monday, when, of course, the viewership was lower. But when you think about last Sunday for the Daytona 500, wow, it was a long day for NASCAR and for Fox. There was 3 hours and 30 minutes just of rain delays. No action, no racing. And that period alone drew 5 million viewers. Yes, 5 million viewers for a rain delay. That figure is more than the NBA All-Star Game and the U.S.-Canada Four Nations Face-Off on Saturday night. Yes, for the rain delay. So some interesting numbers there. Meanwhile, the NBA's All-Star Game on Sunday, that was down 11% from last year. TNT, True TV averaged 4.7 million viewers in prime time. Now the NBA and Turner will point out that the Sunday game was up against some serious competition. And yes, it was. You had Saturday Night Live's 50th anniversary. You had the season premiere of the popular series The White Lotus on HBO. Did anybody watch? If you did, let me know. But the NBA will also point out that the All-Star Game drew young viewers, and that's exactly what every sports property wants. They noted that the NBA All-Star Game was the most viewed program in Sunday's prime time among adults 18 to 34. So that is a good number that they will certainly promote. But the NBA, at the end of the day, will look hard at all these numbers because it's NBA Saturday night on TNT, which includes the skills challenge and the dunk contest and the three-point contest, had its lowest audience on record. In fact, it was even behind the 4.4 million viewers for the U.S.-Canada Four Nations Face-Off on ABC. So bottom line, NASCAR's ratings up a bit compared to a Monday race last year. NBA All-Star ratings down. NBA Saturday night down. So if you're the NBA, you'll be back to the drawing board a bit to try to recreate and figure out its All-Star weekend and how to grow those numbers in the future. A year ago at a college conference, I sat down with University of Delaware Athletic Director Chrissy Raywalk. We talked about her journey. And it was an impressive, interesting journey, and she is disciplined. I liked her straightforward approach. She worked her way up the sports ladder, not always through sports. But now Chrissy Raywalk has another step in her journey. She was named president and CEO of USA Swimming this week. She is a former collegiate swimmer, and she comes to the governing body after spending the past 8 years as athletic director at the University of Delaware. When we talked last year, she talked about leading teams and building programs and the values that she learned as a student athlete and as a coach. And she'll be able to use those tenets as she leads USA Swimming. Remember, USA Swimming parted ways with Tim Hinchey in September after his 7 years with the organization. Like I said, Raywalk was a swimmer at the University of Michigan. She was an assistant coach. She spent 12 years at Michigan, where she was really handling talent management and development and recruiting. Then she got into sports. So she's had a non-traditional path. But I believe if she's handled the turbulent world of college sports and stakeholders in college sports and presidents and chancellors, I bet she feels she can navigate the challenging board structure and all the stakeholders that are involved in any national governing body, including USA Swimming, which is one of the most successful NGBs in the United States, both in terms of performance and revenue. So USA Swimming has a new leader in Chrissy Raywalk. What's all this noise about pickleball? Well, that seemed to be the spirit of the message when the United States Tennis Association released new data showing that tennis participation in the U.S. is up 8% over 2023. The USTA also said they are drawing younger players, as players under the age of 25 drove 45% of the growth last year. The USTA also touted growth among Black and Hispanic players of tennis in the past year. Now, why do I bring this up? I bring it up because this obviously comes as pickleball continues to be the fastest growing participatory sport in the U.S. And while pickleball's total numbers are much smaller than tennis, it is growing fast and continues to grow. But tennis leaders are showing that their sport is growing as well. Maybe not at the fast rate as pickleball, but these are positive metrics for tennis. Now, if you know me, you know I'm a racket sport guy. I play a lot of tennis. I play pickle. I play padel. I like them all. The real issue here is, will the tennis community embrace pickleball and feel that anyone playing any racket sport is good for the game, or will tennis continue to keep pickleball at a little bit of arm's length, which is what they are doing now, and it's an interesting strategy to watch going forward. But the bottom line, tennis participation up 8% in 2024. Finally, has any facility seen more changes than Churchill Downs? The historic racetrack is starting a 3-year renovation project this year that will cost around $900 million. It's the largest expansion and renovation in the 150-year history of the track, where, of course, the Kentucky Derby is held every May. This investment follows on the heels of roughly $400 million worth of new construction that began in 2022 and is wrapping up ahead of this year's Derby. So add that all up, more than $1 billion in new construction. All work is expected to be done by the 2028 Kentucky Derby, so Churchill Downs is really preparing itself for the long term, and this will be almost a brand new facility when the Derby hits in 2028, and I know the Derby is on everybody's bucket list. And finally, a quick teaser, SBJ's Inside the Industry will debut widely next week, next Thursday, February 27th at 9:30 Eastern Time on SBJ's YouTube channel. SBJ's Inside the Industry is our new monthly show done in conjunction with Monumental Sports and Entertainment, and it looks at the business trends shaping sports and the business of sports. Just think of it as a Buzzcast in a monthly format, going deeper on the topics you care most about. SBJ's Inside the Industry, again, debuts next Thursday, February 27th at 9:30 on SBJ's YouTube channel. Subscribe now to get notifications for this debut and all shows as they become available. Hope you check out the show and would love any feedback you have. And so that is your morning Buzzcast for Thursday, February 20th. I'm Abe Madcore. Thanks for listening to the Buzzcast. Stay healthy, be good to each other. I'll speak to you tomorrow.